Okay, third time's hopefully the charm with this. This is my last time I'm gonna try this. What's up, guys? It's your boy Phil Shark on the NCTI, and welcome to PBAL versus TBL League War, where we decide which league that has the L in the last name of it is the better league. Yes, that is what we're fighting here for. What is up, everybody? And yeah, we are a part of a league war. I actually was a part of this last time, and unfortunately had a rough go at it the first time around. But I was facing again a lot of tough competition back then. This time, I was still facing some some tough competition, but I decided to join the crew of PBL, and we were going to take the battle here. As you can see, these are some of the people that we were teammates with. You may remember. God, I cannot use my word. We always have the team captain being Aaron because of the fact that this is his league. But we also have people like Joshua, who we faced a couple of times. At FX, which if you guys know is a long time ago battler that we used to face before. So we have Jake right here. We have Playmaker, which I think you guys see me face, and obviously we have me. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over the team that I picked from the 8 mons I had to draft, kind of go over the idea behind with it, and then go over the battles that I did compete in, and also give you the results of how the League War is going right now, and whether I'll tell you that one side of the league won or if it's a 50-50 right now and they might see it in the matchup. So you guys do want to see some more kind of old school videos where I kind of bring back some old playlists from either side league or something like that, let me know in the comment section below. I wouldn't mind trying to find some of those old side leagues out there, pulling them up, and just showing you guys what we had for that season. So let's quickly go over the team I decided to draft. Looking at the teams, we had to really decide, and this was really hard to do for a draft because everyone was able to freeball the draft completely, and there was like no draft. There was no, you know, one person goes first and goes. It was literally you go in there, you get what you get. So there was that. But for my team, we actually were able to round up a really solid squad for our draft, and let's kind of just go over it. For first off, I went with Mew. Mew was a Pokemon I just wanted to use. I feel like I haven't got a chance to use Mew for so much out of the generation out there. And I feel like Mew would just be one of those Pokemon that would be really hard to prep for. It'd be really counter prepping around that. I paired Mew with Lando. I felt like Lando was also another really good mon. I also just grabbed Lando because I never really gotten to use Landorus. So I really just wanted to use it. So there was that as well. For that reason as well. So really wanted to go for that as well. For what I want, Melmetal was another one I want to kind of use every once in a while, and I felt also Melmetal paired perfectly with Mew and Lando for what they wanted to go for that and stuff like that. I feel like Melmetal was really good for this. Rotom Heat, my boy Rose here right here. I felt like Rotom Heat just checked so many boxes off of the team that really helped out this team entirely. Gave me that secondary defogger that I needed. Also a Will-O-Wisper, a Thunder Wave user, and stuff like that. So really important stuff right there. Vaporeon, a really good Mentum Pokemon. Also a Wish Pasture for the team to keep the team as healthy as possible. Xbot is just a really strong breaker, a ghost switching for the team, which I kind of needed for my draft. Also getting the access to check ghost types as well. Virizion wasn't really something I wanted to put on the team. I should have probably just went with Surfetch, but I wouldn't be able to get the Guzzlord as you see here for the Dragon and Dark typing that I felt like I really wanted to have. So I got the combination of it. So Virizion, if I brought it, I brought it. If I did it, I honestly did not care. But Guzzlord was going to be the MVP. I was hoping for the MVP because Aquarius has praised this Pokemon as the best, if not one of the top 10 best Pokemon in Draft League. And when she says something, she is right. She is the queen of Draft League, so you must all obey the queen. And that's what maybe. That's actually kind of what pushed me to go with it. I wanted to maybe go with Zarude, but Monk here, as you can see, already grabbed Zarude, so I'm a little upset with that. But overall, though, I was happy with this team. Really, the cores really paired out well, and I think also, I mean, I didn't really give myself any really big, scary kind of thing. I mean, I gave myself like some scary threats, but I also didn't give myself like a lot of like options. I feel like in terms of what I could have done, but it is what it is. So let's quickly go over some of the matchups we had. We did not play for weeks 1 and 2 just because I was already having enough league work as it is, and I think that was around the time when work was still a little busy for me. So we did play for week 3 and we played for week 4. So let's go over our week 3 matchup real quick. We took on Quincy Adams. If you guys know my history of Quincy, this dude will hacks me every single time we face, and he has beaten me every time with that hacks. So I have never once beaten Quincy. So I was a little nervous going into this matchup. But Quincy's team, you see, has Celesteela, Clefable, Galar Slowking, Como-O, Lycanroc Dust, Gastrodon, Alolan Marowak, and Eldegoss. A very annoying, kind of bulky team with offensive pieces thrown in there and just mons that can play offensive but are really also defensive. So it was a really annoying matchup. I saw a lot of great things potentially wise in this matchup. So let's kind of just go into this matchup. One of the big things you want to see on this team, there was no dark type. So immediately my mind went into overdrive on just one particular set here, and we'll go over that. First off, Landorus. Landorus was a special variant with Grass Knot, Earth Power, and I want to say Psychic. I actually did not go with Sludge Wave, which probably was going to be biting me in the butt right there, but it's fine. We went with Gravity just to be able to check the Celesteela. It was Life Orb offensive. Guzzlord, I believe, was Bonberry, I want to say, with like Heavy Slam, Dragon Move, Dark Move, and I think possibly Fire Move, maybe. Don't really remember. Melmetal was actually Power Herb Solar Beam Melmetal with enough special attack investment to, I believe, Oko Gastrodon, which is pretty funny. Exploud, I think, was a sub variant with either Throat Spray, Leftovers, or Silk Scarf, just to, or maybe Lefties as well. It's just being an offensive breaker. Rotom Heat was kind of there for potential setting up with nasty plots with Hex and stuff like that, with Spell Tag as well. And then Mew was obviously the one set that everyone was on hand, and that is a Store Power Mew set. But I went with Sub Cosmic Power. Shoutouts to Maddie from NBA. She has that exact same set, and this was the exact same set I knew was going to win me the match. I just knew it would. So let's go ahead and get into the matchup here. So I lead off with my Scream here. Is he's going to actually lead off with that. I go right into Scream here. Go for the sub. Is he's going to Drain Punch me here. I'm going to go for the Ice Beam. Now, you may be asking yourselves, wait, why would I Ice Beam when this is right here? There's two things. This is the one big thing that this thing was going to probably bring, and that was soundproof. Soundproof was a massive problem for my draft to handle because of that. Soundproof, this was a switch into Exploit every single time. And it showed that it was soundproof when he hard swapped it in. Ice Beam was a good middle ground play to have on my Exploit just so I can be able to check this thing relatively. So now I have to go right into my Landers, get the Intimidate off. He's going to Drain Punch up here, not getting much help back. So basically, if I get an Ice Beam off, I should be able to kill. I go for Gravity into Grass Knot, as he is actually going to go for the Yawn here, which is very interesting. I could have just went for the Grass Knot, get the kill, but that would have provided free setup opportunities for his team, and I just could not allow that. So I'm going to go for the sub. He's going to go for the Earth Power and actually have enough damage to actually break my sub. I go into Rotom Heat, sacking off Kenny. Now, Rose, before you say anything, if you watch this video, I did not purposely kill Kenny. I'm not going to lie. I even forgot myself I set up Gravity. Also, I do not understand why Gravity is green because of the Grass Knot. But I didn't think he actually would Earth Power there, honestly, with Exploud in front of him. I thought he would have maybe gone for a Toxic right there. Figuring I would just go for the offensive move or go for the Yawn right there. I did not expect an Earth Power. But that is when I decided to go in my Melmetal here. I went for the double Iron Bash. Does reveal it to be Rocky Helmet. I do get a crit on the second bash, which ultimately didn't matter as I was going to go ahead and get a double knockout anyways. But he actually swaps that out. I go back for put up a sub. I decided to go for the Boom Burst, even though, yes, the soundproof can come into play here. And we're going to see we're actually not going to do that much damage to this Gastrodon, especially defensive Gastrodon. So this is not looking good for your boys. So now I'm going to think here, so I'm just spamming Boom Burst here. He's going to go for Brine, which is very scary because now Brine does double damage for me in half. I'm going to Boom Burst. Hopefully got on the roll. I don't get the roll. He's just going to keep doing this. And I'm really just trying to think to myself what I want to do here. What can I do? And I just Boom Burst here again. He just recovers up again. And we're just stuck in this constant cycle here where I'm just going to Boom Burst here. He yawns. This is where I get him right here. I'm going to switch right out to my Mew, and this is basically going to be the game right now. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to sub. I'm going to Cosmic Power. And, yeah, that's basically going to be GG. because I think what also when he said that was interesting, I think he forgot statusing cannot go through subs. Only things like taunt and stuff like that go through sub. So he kind of admitted the misplay, and also the fact that he swapped out his Fable basically told me that it was not unaware. It was indeed Magic Guard, which I was actually kind of shocked it was Magic Guard. So it might have told me it was slightly offensive, possibly with Life Orb potentially. But I feel like if unaware, that would have been able to just shut down this view set, which I didn't even think to take into considerations as well, which is a big misplay at my end. I should have, but he ends up actually making a really big misplay right here. And basically, I'm letting my muse set up to +6. I'm literally just going to sub, and then I'm going to roost. And that is going to basically be the game because also, just to clarify here, I wasn't trying to be a dick by setting it to +6. +6 is literally the only way I potentially 2 AKO this Celesteela. But you're going to see later that it only looks like I maybe 3 AKO'd it. Star Power knocks that out. Iron Giant comes out. See, look at that. I couldn't even knock out a Celesteela, man. What do you want from me? You gotta go for the Meteor Beam, so he turned out to be like a bulky offensive set or something. He's gonna air slash again and unfortunately not be able to break the sub. I'm just gonna store power here, and that is literally gonna be the game because I built this thing with enough speed to outspeed the Komo. And surprisingly enough, this thing lived. I decided not to be a dick and not click sub because there's no way he beats me. I just literally click store power, and we are going to wrap up a big 5-0 victory and 6 kills from you, baby. 6 kills from Mew. Mew being an absolute monster of a Pokemon, man. Mew is incredibly good. Like, people need to make sure they watch out with me with Mew, so yeah. I loved Mew. That was such a good matchup here. But now we get into our next matchup where it was actually against Godbear. And this matchup against Godbear was very tough. Also, I was surprised he didn't bring the Lycanroc against me when I thought Lycanroc was a good matchup against me. And he actually didn't bring Slowking as well. Slowking I was actually really shocked by too. But looking at Godbear's team, Godbear really had a pretty good matchup against me. Victini plus Zapdos is so hard for my team to really deal offensively with. Reggie Drago's actually a massive problem since I don't have a fairy type switch in on my team that can really deal with it. Slowking's a little annoying with its pivoting and its resistances, which is really annoying. Decidueye's dual stab kind of puts in a good work against my team and actually can be really good support. And as for his last mon, I really did not know what I would expect him to bring. Uh, it was between Bisharp and Comfey, and I just felt like Bisharp just does not match up well against my team as I have really good answers to it. But he doesn't have a good answer to Mew then, because Mew is going to be a massive problem versus him again. So overall, I was kind of expecting Victini, Zapdos, Queen, King, Decidueye, and Reggie Drago to be brought to this matchup. But to my surprise, he actually brings Comfey over uh, Nidoqueen, which I am absolutely surprised by that. Nidoqueen was such a massive problem. Its dual stab just hits so hard, and it literally needs to just run Ice Beam and Thunderbolt. That's literally all it needed to really run coverage against my team. So, very surprised by that in terms of what he did that for. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the team. I was a very much mixed defensive actually with a Spadef boosted nature of Vaporeon with Toxic, Protect, Wish, and Scald. Pretty standard. X-Blood with the Shovel Berry with Protect, Toxic, Boom Burst, and Ice Beam, I think it was. Possibly. Rotom Heat with Thunder Wave, Toxic, Hex, and I think Thunderbolt with Leftovers. Melmetal with sub 3 attacks leftovers, basically adamant nature with some investment in attack. Really in my Spadef and bulk and I think a little bit in speed, possibly, maybe. I don't know. Landorus with Rock Polish, Power Earth Fly with Fly, Earthquake, and Knockoff. And then Mew, which was a Dragon Dance with Lumberry, with Triple Axle, Leech Life, and Earthquake, which basically checked every single box that I needed on this match. And the fact that he also did not bring Bisharp was a big bring right there as well. But Bisharp, in all honesty, had a really bad matchup against my entire team. So going into this, I lead off with Kenny right here, and right here is a really good turn for me because now I get clear information if this thing is Choice Scarf. If this thing is Choice Scarf, he is forced to reveal it to me. He has no choice but to force and bring it to me. And he said Rotom deterred him from bringing Queen. I still think Queen was a very scary threat. I mean, Queen still probably would have lost to me, but it also would have made the matchup probably a lot more closer, possibly. But we'll never know. But with Kenny up front right here, it basically gives me guaranteed knowledge if this thing is Choice Scarf, Choice Specs, or whatever it's going to be, right? He reveals to be Scarf, so for 2 weeks, straight weeks, Kenny gets one shot, and Rose, I'm very sorry, but Kenny did everything he did. He gave me that very pitiful information that I really needed about the Regidrago. So Kenny did his job. So I go to my metal right now. I'm just going for sub. And now I just get a free Earthquake here. He reveals to be special with Blue Flare. So at this point in time, if he's Choice Specs or Choice Scarf, I don't want to risk my metal here. I go right into Vaporeon. He shows U-turn, so immediately telling me that he's not Scarf. Right here, I go right into my Memo. He's going to knock off, which is cool, totally fine with me. But I'm going to go ahead and get my sub up here. I'm going to go for Thunder Punch, do massive damage to this Slowking, which tells me that this thing is strictly specially defensive, which is very, very good to know. Also, if anyone's wondering, yes, there was a possibility to go Store Power Mew in this matchup, but I felt like Store Power just really didn't match up for what I wanted, especially with what he had. And I just overall felt Dragon Dance offensive Mew was also really good, if I didn't say it already. But he's going to go for a Scald here, which I believe was actually enough to break my sub. I just go for Double Iron Bash, and that just bombs Comfy right in the nose. I stay in here, sack off Melmetal, unfortunately. I was actually trying to debate whether or not he would have swapped out there, because he had an easy Vaporeon switching every time, so I figured he would try to double out or go from there. But I looked as an opportunity to get in my Mew here. He actually reveals to have Toxic, which is massive. And now I get a free Dragon Dance off. Mew is now free to go. I could have set up another D-Dance, but I just feel like going for my kill right here. Going for Triple Axle here as we get the 2 hits right here. What a kill to the 3, but Mew unfortunately gets me 2. I click Leech Life here as it's enough to actually KO this thing, I believe. But he actually brings in this thing. I get the KO on this thing. In comes the Triple Axle, and he actually reveals to be Weakness Policy. And I'm just like, and this is actually a big turn right here that Zapdos went down. Because here's the thing, right? Going back to my last turn right here. Going right into this turn right here. First off, the Leech Life kill. In comes the Zapdos, which reveals not to be Choice Scarf or Max Speed. He got this off, which tells me he was going to go for Agility on this turn. If I got 2 hit, and then we're at this point, right, where it's the second hit. If I don't get that third hit, this game's over. I can't beat this thing. It literally one-shots everything. Even with Shopple Berry, I may be able to live this hit, but it's a roll probably. And I can't even go into my Lando to lower its attack because of Defiant. So Mew had to get that third hit, which thankfully it did. Otherwise, I probably lost this matchup. I go for Leech Life, which actually did reveal that he wasn't going to kill me. He actually goes for the Roost right here, so unfortunately I am forced to click Triple Axle, and thankfully Mew gets the KO here. So bleh. So Mew just picked up 1, 2, 3, 4 more kills, picking up 10 kills for the season. And I could have gotten another kill, but Mew landed 1 Triple Axle. So now I go into Vaporeon, just go for the Toxic. And I do end up playing a little bit of a Toxic Stall game here, but that was only just to weaken down Dragon Energy, just to make sure. I go for the Scald here, just to get my chip damage off, as it actually does quite a bit of damage. I could have theoretically possibly won this game with Mystic here, but we already win this. We already win this matchup. I go to my Landers, and I show off the tech with Power or Fly, and we get the knockout right there. So yeah, but so GG's to both Quincy, if I didn't say it already, and GG's to God. These were both good matchups. I did not like my matchup against Bear more because it was a little bit more rougher, but I'm happy everything worked out as the way it did. Quincy, I had a really good matchup, and I feel really good. I finally got to pick up a win against Quincy, even though it wasn't a super competitive matchup. And just to go ahead and let you guys know right now, the League War, we lost week 1, but we won week 2, we won week 3, and now before my match, and even if my match was the highlight match to decide it, We won week 4, which therefore means into the 5-week season, by the way, if I didn't state already, that this league war was going to go in between 7 matches each. We have officially won the league war. The worst that it can be finished up now is a 3-2. We have officially won the league war. I don't know if we're going to do a week 5, but I'm not going to be doing week 5. I got my undefeated title right now, and I've got 10 kills with Mew. So I'm good. I've got my happiness right here. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about our 2 battles here. Let me know why you think Mew is probably one of the most broken Pokemon ever, and that's why I know how to build with Mew, apparently. But in fairness, this was a limited formatted, so kind of just, had these things going on with it and everything like that. But but yeah, GG's to both Barry and Quincy again, like I said, and also GG's to TBL. They were having a. I was kind of scared to face off against some of the coaches we had in TBL, because there were some really good players out there. Obviously, Gold being their captain as well, and they just had some really scary teams. I had at least one scary team to face, and relatively a good matchup one to face, which was really good for me. But overall, I felt super strong about this draft I had. Even though it was only 8 months, I felt super strong with it. I was really sad Guzzlord couldn't pop off and get 1 kill. But hey, it was my good luck charm. So Aquarius was right. Guzzlord brings wins. But yeah, massive shout outs though to Aaron for picking me to be a part of the league war and trusting me to be on the team. So really appreciated it. I know I tell you guys how much Aaron frustrates me all the time, but it was a very rewarding and very sweet of him to actually ask us to be a part of the team to lead the PBL into victory, which we did. So I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Sorry this video ended up being so much longer than it probably needed to be, but I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. By the way, I will state something real quick while we have the time right now. You will not see NBA Week 8 because and I might even will say this in the NBA Week 9 battle against Raikou, which actually will happen on actually later, technically the day when it's not super extremely early in the morning, as you can see right now. I'll say in that week 9 battle, we actually did get a forfeit win against Assault Wolf, which I'm also kind of glad that matchup was really tough. But we got a forfeit win over Assault Wolf due to the fact that he was a little unresponsive and didn't get back to us, so we won by forfeit that way. So we're now 5-3 going into NBA's week 9 and 10. We win one game, we basically punch a playoff spot guaranteed. We lose, and it comes down to week 10, and then it comes down to possibly clinching between 6 and 8 seed. So really big high stakes, because I'm pretty sure 1 through 4 is possibly clinched, but seeding can be different. But 1 and 4 is clinched. Possibly 5 is clinched as well. So there's still quite a bit of spots still open on the field right now. So a lot of things up there. Also, we did take over another team in NBA, actually, in its Moonblast division, the National Dex division. And I will upload a video talking about the team we took over. And I'll eventually probably say this also in the week 9 battle for that one as well. But I got 2 forfeit wins, so I'm 4-4 in that league right now, with a shot at playoffs, which is funny enough as well. I pretty much have to win out to make playoffs, though. So yeah, figure I say all that out there right now, but